Hey, what's up guys? So first things first, this is not clickbait, this is some real shit right here. And today we're going to be talking about something that happened about a month or so ago. It was actually just under 2 months ago, and you might have seen some videos on it. There was a couple of YouTubers, it was Foxdrop and the Wallhounds, I believe, did some videos on it here. And basically the gist of everything that happened was that there was a player who was playing in Korea, and he was in Silver 5, and he had a pre-made, and him and his pre-made went basically over 2 seasons. They had a win rate of just under 100% over 2 seasons. So in this last season, he's played 363 games. He has lost 0 as Master Yi. The last season before that, 134 games played as Master Yi, 97% win rate. His KD is absolutely ridiculous across the board, and I'll put some footage on the screen of how this is basically achieved. Basically, he would play with his pre-made Lee Hyo-jin. They would play either, like, I think it would be, I think they mostly played Zillion. And it would just be a case of ulting Master Yi, letting him farm up, letting him carry. And this is clearly a very, very good player. So the likelihood is that these guys are both Smurfs, probably very high elo, in between the Diamond and Challenger region. My theory is that they're both Smurfs that kind of just play on that account to tilt. The reason that they don't want to get elo is that they use these accounts to de-tilt if they have a bad game in their regular elo. However, there's a really big problem. So obviously these guys have a 100% win rate, or at least Master Yi has a 100% win rate on his character. But there kind of comes an issue when it comes to things like Tam Kench with their Nunu Trundle. 248 games played, 0 loss, 0% win rate, 2% win rate on Nunu, 1% win rate on Trundle. Now this isn't obviously an issue because there was a big controversy about it a while back. This player got banned and everybody thought that was kind of going to be the end of it. However, if you can see here, even since then, this player is still playing ranked, and he's still playing with that same person. So he's not playing with that person as much. They've only played a couple of games recently, but it's like very interesting to see. I want to just show you some footage of some of them playing, and this video is mostly just to kind of highlight the issue, the clear issue that there is with the Riot ban system, because these guys have managed to circumvent that in such a way that they are pretty much almost impossible to be banned purely because the way that they troll and the way that they throw games. You cannot have this many games played and that low win rate without like potentially inting. But these guys have managed to figure that out, and we're going to be looking over that as well. And just to show these guys are really good players, and just to show how good they are, I'll be comparing it to some footage of them actually playing a character that they want to play and trying to win. Now this footage is probably going to be a little bit jittery purely because it's recorded on old spectator data. Kind of annoying, but that's the way the replay system is, so it might be a little bit funky. But the way that they troll is that they'll play Tam Kench and they'll also play Anivia. So what they'll basically do is they'll grab a teammate with Tam Kench, they'll run into the enemy team, they'll spit him out, and then they'll try and wall that off with Anivia. And by doing that, they're technically not ending the game, but they are getting their team killed intentionally. And it is basically not a lot of fun for anybody. And I think that really highlights a really big part of why the ban system is really not tremendously good, because these guys are on paper not doing badly in their games. Like Nunu is 1-5, his average win rate, his average KD 1-5 on Trundle, it's 1-3 on Tam Kench, is 1-4 over 250 games. So that's really not all that bad, to be honest. But these guys are running Smite and TP on both of these characters. That's their kind of go-to setup. What they'll be doing is they'll smite the jungle buff from either their jungler or the enemy jungler. Then they'll move top lane and basically just try and take over that person's game in top lane, spitting them into the enemy team, and basically just ruining things for everybody. This really kind of highlights why we need a little bit of manual intervention when it comes to things like this. Now, I know that Riot have basically got their automation down pretty well, but there's cases where if there's enough reports, even if the KD isn't low, so if people are reporting them for inting, reporting them for feeding, or reporting them for just doing what they're doing, Riot will review this, but they'll see the KDs and they'll be like, well, they're not doing that badly, it's actually you that's doing badly, and they'll just kind of assume that it's the person that's had a bad game, blaming others for no reason whatsoever, just because they're pissed off, and they'll cast aside those reports. Here to show you why that's bullshit. Here to show you why there needs to be a little bit of manual intervention, and kind of highlight a really undetectable way of trolling games, because I really want Riot to try and put a foot down on this kind of shit. And I think for the most part, these guys also do not type in chat whatsoever. So it kind of makes it really, really difficult to get them on flaming or any other reasons for being toxic. So they're almost bulletproof if it wasn't for the community actually standing up and saying something about it on Reddit. But even at that, they said stuff on Reddit. These players got banned. Sure, they got banned, but they only got banned for a couple of weeks when this is clearly permaban material. Like, there's no ifs or buts about it. These guys deserve a permaban, and I feel like to the point where they fed so many games it should affect their main accounts as well. I mean, honest to God, let's see how many games they've lost or tried to lose intentionally. So that's like what, this season alone, they've easily tried to ruin upwards of about 400 games, almost 500 games this season alone. That's not and last season as well. That's just not very cool. They've tried to in last season as well, 174 games. So I mean, we're looking at almost 600 games, if not more, and they're still not banned, or this player isn't perma-banned. It's a little bit fucked up. So let's go into the footage, I guess. Let's have a look at this stuff. Let's see what we got. So I'll apologize for the footage once again. The PC that I was recording this on didn't exactly handle 60 FPS particularly well. But as you can see, the early invade with the Nidalee ends up picking her up first blood with her premium as well. And then for some bizarre reason, Nidalee just like literally sits in the bush, and Cassidy comes through. And at this point, Nidalee didn't even buy any starting items. She literally bought 0 items when she started the game. And she's just taking a pounder from Cassidy. I don't quite get it. Don't really understand what that is. Maybe she was faking that she was DCing or something like that to source our team didn't blame her or say it or whatever. Anyway, she takes blue buff. Pretty standard. Her team helps her. Sorry about the jittery footage. The jittery as shit footage. But then immediately just goes bot lane to lane with her Bard and with her Tristana. And soaks up XP, basically ruins, takes farm from her team. And then takes shitloads of poke from the Vel'Koz, ends up just getting picked up by Lucian. Bow on the heel, giving the bot lane a free kill. A little bit more suspicious shit there. Probably easier to blame. Then she just goes top lane. And then she goes mid. And Jesus Christ, what the fuck is she doing? At this point, this is straight ending, but I don't even know if it's bannable at that point. But she just goes top, feeds bot. Well, she goes bot, then top, then mid, and just feeds a kill to every single lane. But when she plays Yasuo, when this guy plays Yasuo, he is a fucking beast. When he actually wants to win, when he actually wants to try, he is absolutely insane. Like, he's already at 8.5 minutes into the game, 5-0. And then, once again, sorry for the starty footage, but easily fucking pulls a double kill out of his ass. Like, this Jax and this Jarvan get completely destroyed 2v1 by this guy. When he wants to carry, he can carry easily. He's a really good, clearly a very good player, clearly a Smurf, but it's still completely inexcusable that he feeds and he completely throws and trolls games in this way. I don't get it. I don't know how it's gone under the radar for so long for Riot. There's evidence. They got banned for 2 weeks or something. Both of them got banned, but they're back and they're still doing it. They've been playing games. I mean, when I started recording videos on them, they had played games as early as 2 days ago, and it's been about 5 days now, and they're still, if they tilt again in their ranked games and their main accounts, they're just gonna go straight back to their older accounts, these ones, and they're gonna fucking throw games, or they're gonna win a couple and then throw just to keep them in that really low bracket, that really low elo, so they are guaranteed wins, because people are at that level or just far below them in skill. So yeah, I don't really know what to suggest apart from a little bit more manual intervention, because I guarantee that there's been hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of reports for these players, and Riot have pretty much swept them under the rug, and the only reason that they got banned to begin with is because they were featured on Reddit, and that's just not really acceptable. And I get that people slip through the cracks a lot, but this is somebody that got caught in the net. This is not somebody that slipped through the crack. They slipped through the cracks, both of these guys, and then they were caught again. They were caught, so they were caught in the net, but they're back again. They're still doing it. They weren't pyramid, and they've slipped through the fucking cracks again. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But I just want to like get some, you know, awareness that these players are still out there. They're still doing this shit, and it's completely unacceptable. And maybe something needs to change. I know that Riot have got a pretty decent lock on their chat bans and stuff like that. We actually helped doing that. That's the thing that I learned recently when I was at Riot. The Wii actually helped mold their chatbot that basically monitors chat to see who gets like restrictions and who gets bans for their behavior in game. The work that we used to do in the tribunal, I don't know if you remember the tribunal, but that is that helped mold the bot and helped teach the bot what was bad and what was good. Do we need to do something like this? Do we need to do something to fix this? I don't know how the fuck we could help this, because apparently reporting does absolutely nothing. I would just suggest, if you ever get something like this in your game, what you want to do straight after the game, and I recommend this to everybody, particularly because this is, you know, you need hard evidence. Just putting a report sometimes ain't going to cut it, but if you want to report, make sure you go into your game after, download the replay, clip the replay with the replay function, like the in-game record function, and then open your own ticket to send to Riot. And I understand that that's a pain in the ass, and it's a lot of effort, especially since you're probably never going to see that person again, but think about how much good you're probably doing by doing something like that. It's a lot of good for maybe 5 minutes of effort, but damn, this is fucked. And I don't really know how to fix it, but I want to get some awareness out there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to leave a like. I'll be back again tomorrow. I'm not sure what's going to be out, but still nevertheless. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.